And there were many people who were saying that CNN Abagana. I'm sure you saw those posts. Yes. Yeah. So, we've not gone anywhere. We're still here, right?
We are still around.
Yeah,
we are
still
going to do
so
it and do it for you. We did it in 2016.
Yeah.
We did it in 2020.
We're
doing it again in 2024. Yeah. And we're making sure that everything that you need as far as election coverage is concerned, we are giving it to you. Our assignment editor too is here, Emmanuel Bipo.
Yes, bigly.
He's always working behind the scenes, making things happen. And this time around, he's going to make sure that extra things happen. Extra things happen. And I mean what?
Oh, of course. Like I said in 2016, in the Ghanaian media landscape, everybody was used to the brown khaki jackets for journalists. We actually changed it. Exactly. We came with orange, black, purple. In fact, our crew had the fantastic black jackets.
That's true.
Then and the journalists also wore the orange one, and it went beyond just the outfit. I mean, our performance during that election. I mean, a lot of people have written about and spoken about,
giving them augmented reality, putting things in place, and making sure that we are accurately reporting on the results and giving you the action in every corner. Wherever there is action in any corner, there is an EIB reporter there giving you the updates live. That's right. Whatever is happening at whichever polling station, the news is coming to you in real time.
Exactly. And look, of course, every media house who participates in this election is very crucial. But what we here at EIB can promise you is accuracy over speed.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, very, very much so. And like we always say, experience helps a lot in this work that we do, right? Unbiasedness is very critical. The last thing a media house should do, right, is to hesitate given who the story concerns or whose ox is God. And that's what you don't get on this platform. We don't hesitate regardless of who is involved. And basically that's it. And thanks for your audience. And we're here because of you. And so we will cover the elections the best way possible. We will project the winner for you. And then after that, you can go home and sleep soundly. And that's for those who will be keeping vigil. You know, some people will be keeping vigil for 48 hours. Yeah.
You know, yesterday the deputy director for IT for the NDC was here. And we hosted him on State of Affairs. And he told me that with regard to IT issues and all of that, the NDC is ready. Everything is set. And they are poised to declare election results 2 hours. 2 hours after the ballots have been counted.
Wow.
Yes, they say within 2 hours they will have 75% of their ballots already counted. That's, you know, with the systems that they have put in place.
Wow.
They are training their polling station agents. Even at this point, they are training them, and we keep on giving them training to make sure that they are doing things and doing it well. In fact, even how to fill pink sheets, how to ensure that the right things are done at the polling stations, and how not to leave anything to chance and leave the place, how to be vigilant, and how to make sure that they are transmitting the results accurately. That's what the NDC says they are ready to do. You know, in the past, it hasn't gone down too well for them, especially with what we witnessed in the 2020 elections. You know, it was a big problem. But they say, no, they've learned mistakes, and this time around they are poised and they are ready. So we also know that the MPP in the past has demonstrated a certain ability to be able to quickly collate their results.
And yesterday on the same platform,
so
mentioned that yes, they will not call the elections. They won't. But what they can assure their supporters is that in record time, they'll collate the results and they will know where it's headed.
They'll know if they're in a comfortable lead or not.
Anytime I hear about calling of elections from a political party, you know who comes to mind? Jacob Chivilamte, the 2004 election.
He called.
We are not old, but we've seen some.
A party calls an election.
It happened at the Usu Castle, I think.
He called it.
At the time,
he called it. And you remember Peter McMenu as well? He also came and he called it.
Anyway. Let's see what happens.
We just hope that the true results will reflect.
Exactly.
And parties should be vigilant instead of telling us they flip this, they flip that.
Flip this, flip that.
They're in comfortable
we flip this seat. We want to tell you that President Mahama is in a comfortable league.
Yeah.
That has become, I mean, that is something that a lot of people, when it comes to elections, will never forget.
Yeah.
You know, after being in a comfortable league.
No, between that and Joe Boy, DJ.
Yeah, DJ Boy. Yeah,
DJ Boy.
Peter Bomo Tokuno. Yeah, of course. I'm elsewhere, right? You can actually sleep.
Yeah, you don't care.
And
you don't
know very well
agent.
that once you win, you will be declared winner. Here, no.
No, you can't
You
sleep.
blink.
You can't sleep. You snooze, you lose.
Look, I always
You
say,
snooze, you
Tema
lose.
East, I was Tema East, just 22.
Yeah.
I was a young guy. Tema East, too.
Yeah.
They did the first count. And asphalt. If you know
Yeah.
Tema very well, it was Campus
Campus
Obuso and
Obuso,
MC,
yeah.
known as asphalt. So he had won.
Yeah.
Then the MVP guy said recount. He was so confident. He and his supporters.
Yeah.
Let's count it again.
Yeah.
Then at the point, the coalition center, the light went off.
Wow.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Then I came back, and Campus was trailing by 3.
3 votes.
1, 2, 3 to Titus Glover.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
That's it.
No, but
So that's how we
And you
had
know,
MP3.
the NDC in the area never forgave Titus. You know
Oh,
why?
yeah, no.
They say you shouldn't have allowed that multiple number of recounts.
Yeah. They
should have allowed- they should
didn't
have-
forgive Campus.
Campus, I mean,
Yeah.
they never forgave
Yeah.
Campus because the party claims that
Yeah.
for the first time, because the NDC had never won the Tema East,
Yeah.
even though that demarcation was
Yeah.
done under them.
And he was MC.
And he was the MC,
So he
so-
had done some works there.
You get it.
And then for the
You
first
get
time,
it.
he'll feel like he had won.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know the Tema areas. Nah, there's always an issue there.
Tema West 2, 2020.
Tema West 2020. The Carlos Ahinkra.
Yeah,
You know,
when-
we also understand that lights went off.
And then military was
there were
involved.
military people
Journalists were
involved.
sacked from Tema.
Journalists
So,
were
Tema
sacked.
secondary school is a
Yeah,
collation
and before
center.
he realized that the man was declared winner. Meanwhile, previously when the coalition was going on, it was going in the favor of the NDC.
Yeah.
You know, so a lot of things are
You need to
happening.
deploy your team, no sleep.
Charlie. You need to.
With
you need
attire.
to- You need to make sure.
There must be somebody holding a tire.
Somebody when they take a time, they just sleep.
You know, so people need to be vigilant, you know, because in the last elections also, see how many of the parliamentary elections went to court. Because there were disputes, you know, over the figures and all of that. So it's up to the political parties to make sure that they are vigilant. Very vigilant.
But I'm looking forward to a day where
and watching to see that the right things are done. If you lose fair and square. And not because there were machinations. And if you win fair and square. And not because there was anything untoward going on.
I'm looking forward to a day where our election process will be so advanced that people or parties may not need to even deploy agents.
Yeah.
That whatever vote you get at the polling station will be declared for you.
Yeah.
And of course, we won't get there now.
Yeah.
But I just
But we
hope
can
that-
get there.
I
We
hope
can get there.
just as in the West, there's so much little emphasis on polling agents and the rest.
That's true.
We also get there.
Do they even have polling station?
Maybe they may have people who protect their
I don't
interests.
know.
But I don't think it will be that widespread where you need to come bring them food that they'll have to put.
Over here, you have to protect the ballots.
Yeah.
Protect the ballots. If you don't protect the ballots,
I remember, apart
The
from
ballot.
the ballots
protect
will
it.
swerve you. Or before you realize, a macho man will come and carry it away. Hey,
Yeah.
Charlie,
But
our
now-
elections
but
have gone through
But
things.
now,
though.
I think now macho men they found something useful to do.
No, you know what they do? They share money. Yeah, with my experience, now they are responsible for sharing money.
Oh, okay.
The macho men for the
voters
political
tier-
parties.
Giving TNTS. Now that's what they do. Because you see, the other parties, if they see that you are sharing money, they will raise some commotion and what have you. So the macho men are supposed to offer a safe
space for the money sharing
Giving.
to be done.
Yes, to be done, right? Both ways, right? Good. Aside that, if they can, they will intimidate the people in your stronghold.
Yeah.
If they can, that's it. But they don't lift ballot boxes anymore.
Yeah.
Those in the 90s, yes. They would
No,
just
but even in the early 2000s, they were
Yeah.
noted for that.
exactly they're running away with ballot boxes.
You just
At
come
the,
out
at,
and
the,
no
at,
in
the,
the
at, the
ballot
point,
box.
at the point, every macho man became an endangered species. I mean,
yes, that's true.
Because they're noted for carrying ballot boxes,
Boxes away, yeah,
Can you
especially
imagine?
in the stronghold of your opponent.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
how we allow some of these things to happen in our elections?
But it's
A
a
country
process. I
called
mean,
Ghana.
remember in '92
Yeah, but
we
it's a
used
process.
opaque
ballot
ballot boxes.
box, yeah.
I mean, we've now moved
Yeah.
to transparent ballot boxes.
I remember even when colored printing was a thing, we decided to do a voter's ID card that had a black and white picture.
I never understand the 2012 voters
Yeah.
ID card.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I mean, colored printing was
Of course, it's a
very
thing.
common. It's not like we were far behind. It's
Yeah.
not like we didn't even have the
Yeah.
technology,
Yeah.
you know. But
Anyway.
this election is going to be a very keenly contested one.
Oh yeah.
the stakes are high for this election.
Yeah.
And so you can imagine that all the political parties involved would be doing all that they can to ensure that there is everything to the advantage.
Oh, yeah.
The campaigning has already begun in earnest.
Yeah.
We understand that today Nana Jane Opoku Agyemang is also going to kick-start her campaign in, is it the Western
Central
region?
They're going to meet the House of
Central
Chiefs.
region.
Yeah.
That's her home region.
Yeah.
So that's where she's going to be starting from, meeting the House of Chiefs, of course. So the NDC have officially launched their campaign, and so they are putting everything in full swing. We're also waiting for them to launch their manifesto, and we'll see what is inside the manifesto.
Yeah, and we are told in the Central region, the MPP will do theirs in the Ashanti region.
The Ashanti region.
So,
saw Nana Akufo-Addo eating kenke, walking through the water,
sucking pure water,
eating,
usually you drink bottled water.
Yeah,
but if you want to acclimatize, right,
and
assimilate,
go down to the
assimilation.
Go down to the
Yeah. It's not the French one, it's the Ghanaian version.
Yeah, this is the Ghanaian version of policy of assimilation. You have to do all those things, right? You have to be carrying babies and kissing babies. In fact, down here, I think we are yet to get there. In the US, it's a big deal. Carrying babies and kissing them, giving them pegs and what have you, right? Yeah. It's not easy. Here, Charlie, driving Banku and what have you. Don't come on.
Pleating hair.
Yeah. The things politicians do for power, eh?
Yeah.
Charlie.
Or is it the things we make politicians do for power? That's how come if they get the power, they feel like punishing us.
Yeah, it's you see, and we also realize that we are giving them a job, right? So that's how come many citizens will also demand something tangible from you before they vote for you. It's not good for our democracy, but that's where we are now. Politics has become transactional. Give me something and I'll vote for you. And you hear people say that in the open, that Charlie, this year my vote is for sale. It's like you selling your life. Yeah, I'm sure all of us have heard people say that. Anyway,
we've got the newspapers here, have we not? And we'll get into the headlines. I want to know if there is anything in the headlines about what Kwaku Kwarteng has been saying. IB, yesterday you sat down with Kwaku Kwarteng.
Yes,
and we play that back on State of Affairs. Very interesting conversation.
And
we're bringing back the full interview this morning. And what he says is very instructive, and it's got a lot of people thinking. But come to think of it, what he's saying is true if you consider the situation that we find ourselves in as a country and how we have run the economy for a long time. It's like a Ponzi scheme.
We've been lazy.
So we've borrowed at high interest rates.
Yeah.
And then we go and
borrow to pay again.
To pay, and then we'll go and borrow again to come and pay the interest on the loan. So it's like
Priam.
Priam.
Yeah.
DKM.
Yeah.
It's also
a pyramid scheme.
Yeah. Ponzi scheme, essentially.
That's the point.
Yeah, So
and you see, we've never looked at it from that angle. So he says it's because of how some media houses put the story. They limited it to this administration. Then I pushed him. I said, see, yes, you can make the argument. But the bottom line is that, by way of borrowing, this administration has borrowed much more than any of the administrations that you are seeking to bring in. So that is the reason why some will say that you were in there. Why didn't you prefer these solutions?
Yeah.
And he actually mentioned that he's not exonerating himself from blame. He's saying that he was part of this and he's in this mess. He facilitated in the creation of this mess. By saying that if we don't stop the mess, there will not be tomorrow. And that's his concern. And I agree with him that there will not be tomorrow. There will not be tomorrow because we cannot be able to find money to do the essentials. 1, 2. The guys in green might come back. And he said that. He didn't mince words. That democracy will be truncated if we go along this same tangent. And that's the point. So it's more or less like the Kumbaya movement for everybody.
But fair, and I think it's a fair point.
Yeah.
But you see, the people I don't get are his party folks.
Yeah.
Who have decided to use the big axe on him.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Who claim that
He's
perhaps
bitter.
if after the 2020 election if they had maintained him or perhaps made him a minister, he wouldn't be given the solutions at this time.
Yeah.
Are they not the same people who are telling us that our good vice president
will be different?
Was opposed to e-levy?
Yeah. Yes.
Exactly. Are they not the same people?
Yeah.
So, as a matter of principle, their principle is that you can be part of a system and not agree entirely with things that are being done.
That's true.
So, we can't establish this principle And later, because somebody says something that doesn't favor you,
you hang him.
Turn that principle upside down.
Yeah.
And I mean, what kind of politics are we doing?
Yeah, because you could tell that a lot of pressure has gone on him. And he admittedly mentions it. Right, but then the flip side is that the others who said this is the language we want to hear.
This is the language, and that's what I want to say. This is the language that we want to hear, and I think this is the posturing that our politicians should be adopting. Unfortunately, in this country, because of the heavy politicization and partisanship, politicians are not able to take a stand like this because you have to kowtow to the whims and caprices of your party.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, your political career more or less is over. Yeah. So our country will continue to suffer because we don't have people who are independent-minded. Not that there are people who cannot think on their own. No, they can think for themselves and they can think on their own. And sometimes when you talk to them behind the scenes, you'd realize that they know what is right. Yeah. But they will not do it because the party has a certain position and have to kowtow to the party's position. And it is to the detriment of the country. But if we had a lot more people who could think independently and be concerned about the trajectory of the country in this manner, Ghana would be in a much better place than it is now. Unfortunately, we do not. And he has said something like this, which is actually true. Yeah. In every sense of the word, it is true. But then he's catching flack from his party people because it makes his party look bad. Yeah. It makes his party look bad.
That's true.
But think about it. Are we interested in what is going to make us rich immediately? And that is why we enter politics. Or we are interested in taking this country out of the doldrums that we are in and making it better for the citizens, for us, for you. What are we interested in? For the longest time, politicians have not been interested in developing this country. They pretend as if they want to develop this country. They make all the promises that they want to make to hoodwink people to vote for them. And after the people vote for them, we see their true colors come to light.
Yeah, you will.
We see their true colors come to light and we realize that the status quo remains and nobody really cares. What they care about is the party, helping the party to win power and stay in power, and that is it. Yeah. To enjoy the largesse of the state to the detriment of you and I. And it is a sad situation that we have here in this country. And, you know, our members of parliament, a lot of them should really, you know, sit up and start thinking independently and properly about the country.
They attempted that with that attempt to
the
ask.
Ken must go.
They attempted that, except that they need to develop a thicker skin.
Exactly.
Or a thick skin if they we want to see it through.
Attempted that with what Ken must go.
Yeah, that's the first time.
Come on.
Any group of people within a party in parliament have demanded the head of not just any finance minister, the president's cousin, and you think that's a fluke? No, it's not. It's not. Some pay the price for it. Yeah. Why is Eugene Boateng not in parliament again? Yeah. He won't be in the ninth parliament.
And look,
Dixon Adoma Cook is here.
Yes.
Trust
all
me,
of them are not there.
But
still,
honorable
no, but even
if he had done this before
the primaries, that's the point I want to make. He would have lost.
Well, it's possible that he would have lost.
He's no longer the chairman of the finance committee. Ask him, and he admittedly says yes, it's got something to do with his opposition to the
tax exemptions,
right?
As chairman,
he turned down a ministerial nomination from the president. What's the chairman of a finance committee? He said that, and when we play the interview, you hear him say that. And these are the people who need that. See, I won't starve, right? If I stand by my principle, I won't sacrifice whatever that is dignifying because of crumbs, political crumbs that will be thrown at me. We need to have many more offsets. But then again, he talked about a bill, a private member's bill, that he signaled that he will be supporting. But in my conversation with him, which we will play and you will hear, it looks like he's checking it out. And that is the private members bill that's seeking to bar public office holders from buying state
assets. Yeah, which I think is very crucial.
Very crucial and very important and timely.
I'm even disappointed that this is a private members bill.
Yeah, it should come from government.
Why will it come from government? The people in government are interested in state capture. They are interested in buying.
He talks about that.
The people are interested in buying things for themselves. You know, things that belong to the state. It has been demonstrated that is what they are interested in. Yeah. You know, so I mean, I don't even understand why people would be interested in buying things from the states when you are in office. And why, when these things are happening and people are talking about it, the politicians will come and defend it and say that there is absolutely nothing wrong with it, because if it was done fair and square, what is wrong with it? They are Ghanaians and they are entitled to it. No, it doesn't work like that. We've put you there to be a custodian of some of these things, and you come and you want to come and buy it and enjoy it. You buy it cheaply. And this is a typical definition of what the justice said: create, loot
and share.
And it is happening. And we are seeing it unfold right before our very eyes. You see, and the thing is that sometimes when these things unfold before our very eyes and we see it and we talk about it and all of that, then the gaslighting that politicians exhibit, they gaslight us and make us feel as if we are delusional, as if we don't know what is going on, as if we can't see what is happening with our own two eyes. Because the situation is like this, we are experiencing it like this, and then you, the politician, will come and sit down and paint a certain picture that we are all very, very unaware of. Why? Which country are you describing? Is it Ghana? Come and talk about, how things are good and how the economy is turning around and how it is okay to buy state assets and all of that. Gaslighting us. Ghanaians, please, let's wake up. Let's wake up. We can't continue to allow politicians to do the things that they do. Because at the end of the day, we are the ones who are going to suffer. We will suffer. And we are bearing the brunt of the bad, ill decisions of politicians over the years. We are bearing the brunt right now. Today. You and I are bearing the brunt right now. We are struggling.
That's true.
How easy or difficult is it for you, to get money?
That's the question.
To buy things in the market. To pay the school fees of your children. To pay your rent. To buy fuel. To even take transportation in trotro for one place to another.
Go to
you are feeling it. And whose fault is it?
Good question.
Anyway.
That's the multi-million-dollar question. Yes. And so I have a Ghanaian terms, if I can start with that. Our second phase of UHAS project, biggest nursing midwifery school opens as president receives honorary doctorate degree. And of course, this was the planned honorary doctorate degree award that generated some controversies in the Volta region. An alleged payment for spare parts for ambulance. We've not paid $10 million to SGAG. That's according to the BOG. Samuel Okudita has made some additional revelations in this regard, uncovering the companies and the individuals behind the companies that imported the 275 ambulances.
The spare parts?
Yeah, no, the ambulances.
I mean, the ambulances, the 275
and it's
ambulances.
linking it to the president's daughter.
The spare parts for ambulances is also being linked to the president's daughter. I've seen some newspapers do that.
All right. First batch poultry product under FSRP ready for market consumption. And then Brenia Foundation marks second anniversary of childhood cancer ambassador's death. Names dogwood tree after her. And back page of the Ghanaian Times, give us power to bite. EPA is demanding, and we need 1 year extension to complete Ofanko in Sawam Road project. Really,
a 1 year extension.
The nuisance on that stretch.
1 year. Please, we can't wait 1 year for that road to be fixed, though. The people who travel from Accra to Kumasi every day are complaining. People's shocks are getting destroyed. People are buying more spare parts than they actually would because of the bad nature of the road. And what you have to do is expedite action on completing the road. Why are you asking for a 1 year extension? What is the problem? Why are they asking for a 1 year extension?
Maripoma Enterprise Limited, the construction company working on the Ofanko and Sawam Dual Carriage Road project, has requested for a year extension to complete the work. Thus, the project will now be expected to be completed in July next year. The $346.5 million road rehabilitation project is jointly funded by the government of Ghana and Maripoma Enterprise Limited, a wholly owned Ghanaian construction company, which is also executing the project under a design, build contract with Associated Consultants Limited as the supervising consultants. Work on the 33.4 kilometer road project started in July 2022. Is scheduled to be completed in July this year. However, with some few days to the July deadline, only a little over 60% of the physical work on the project has been completed. The chief resident engineer on the project, Kwabena Bimpong, told the Ghanaian Times in an interview on Friday that the contractor had written to his outfit to extend the contract for 1 year. Mr. Bimpong said his outfit had written back to the contractor to provide detailed particulars of their request for extension. This, he said, will inform his outfit a surface recommendation to be made to the employer, the Ministry of Roads and Highways, for extension of the contract. Anyway, so that's it. Be ready to endure one more year of such nuisances and inconveniences.
Yeah. Charlie, it's too bad. It's too bad.
Yeah.
All right, the Daily Guide is what I have, and court dismisses case against Amewu, story on page 6, and NHIA outdoors free annual health check up program, story on page 6 also, and 2.37 million ambulance case, CDS nails Jakpa on his dismissal. I don't know how the gentleman left the military is now
become a subject.
Because I thought it was about causing financial loss and anyway.
Yeah,
so
but
the
you
AG
see, when you are in court, right, and you are one of the people who is involved in the case, sometimes the lawyer's strategy would be try to discredit you, right, with your character, your past dealings, and all of that to discredit you. And if they're able to discredit you, then it helps their case. Saying that you are capable of actually doing the things that you have been accused of. So it's a strategy that a lot of lawyers adopt. And in this particular instance, the attorney general is of the belief that even in his past life as a military officer, he was not a very good one, and he was discharged dishonorably, if I can, for misconduct. Right. But yesterday, the chief of defense staff, had other things to say.
We see, and that is my whole point. The AG is doing this prosecution on our behalf, but it seems it's becoming a credibility contest.
But
I'm kind of uncomfortable, but it's fine.
I think what played out yesterday in court was a CDS indicating that nobody requested for release of those confidential documents on Jakpa. And so what Jakpa's legal team succeeded in doing is to indicate that the AG procured those documents through inappropriate means. Through inappropriate means. And that's equally critical because if the AG is seeking to discredit Jakpa, and in doing so, it's also circumventing the process. That's a big deal, basically.
So that's where my concern is that if it becomes a credibility contest, we may lose focus on why we are in court to begin with. Anyway, Parliament passes Ghana Shippers Authority Bill. There's a lot about this bill. How does it benefit people in that sector?
Okay, so first of all, it gives the authority much more power. The authority is able to bite, so then they can put what they call them the shipping lines in check here and there. And in general terms, I think it just equips the authority with much more power, and then it will be able to streamline the activities.
Is the name still going to remain Shippers Authority? Because I know Ghana once.
Then there's
a
commission
or something.
Yes.
Anyway, EC starts voter registration mop-up in August. Story also on page 6. It appears all the big stories are on page 6 in the Daily Guide. And back page of the same newspaper, Samatex open defense against dreams, and Mbappe misses Real Madrid preseason tour, and Olympic commentator sacked over sexist remark.
Okay, I've got the Daily Dispatch newspaper. Mahama reveals how supporters were bussed from central region to the north. Okay. Story on page 12. Let me look at page 12. What is it saying? So it says, the Taba East constituency chairman of the ruling New Patriotic Party, Nene Ofoite Chu, has dismissed the attending crowd at the campaign launch of the opposition National Democratic Congress as a fake one. In an interview over the week, he said Mr. John Mahama himself exposed the mischievous choreography behind the mass-up that was listening to John Mahama at the Tamale Jubilee Park on Saturday during the campaign launch. He says that in an interview that he granted, he says that if the NDC really has supporters and members all over the country, including the northern region, why would the party need to have an entourage in the central region to travel all the way to Tamale to beef up the numbers? He asked rhetorically. But I mean, is it news people busing people to locations? Why didn't we see the MPP busing people to locations? Don't we see the NDC busing people to locations all the time? They all do it. So I mean, what is this? At the end of the day, the numbers. At the end of the day, it is what you get in the ballot box that counts. So at the end of the day, so let's look at that.
It's what will be declared on the. Now we use pink sheet, but sometimes they change the colors. But we all know what it refers.
On the pink sheet.
It is what will be declared on that matters. Nobody will go back and count
and your
the ballot
ability
again.
to ensure that it never changes.
Uh-huh.
You get it? If what has been declared is swapped, you are in trouble.
I won't mention the party, but my wife worked for the EC in the 2020 election, and she always laughs at a certain political party that when they were taking the thing to Odogono, which is the collation center, it was the people who provided them cars. There was no. Why did I mention people providing cars?
Oh no, but that's the thing. No, that's the conversation. Yes,
so you have to ensure that.
So where the car will pass before getting to the collation center. Anyway, Chronicle this morning is the final newspaper I have. Ambulance trial. CDS grilled over how Japa was released from the Ghana Armed Forces. Akufo-Addo commissions $60 million UHAS Phase 2 project in Ho. NHIS announces free annual health checkup. And Boteman Manjo land dispute. 3 being hauled to court for contempt. And quotation for this morning, Exodus 20:16. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. I'm sure there's another version of thou shalt not bear false witness, right? Yeah. And that's where gossip was outlawed in the Bible. Thou shalt not bear false witness.
All right. So,
all right. I have the new Crusading Guide newspaper, Baumia, to distribute heavy-duty road construction machines to MMDA. So bad roads will be a thing of the past.
Yeah.
But it's a good idea.
Yeah.
You just hope that. So what it means is that people who are against burning of excavators were actually right. We could have put them to good use.
Yeah, we could have put them to good use, but we decided that we were going to burn them. A country called Ghana.
Imagine us confiscating them and handing them over to them. Anyway, they'll fly. There's no win-win here. If you hand them over,
you see the people along the value chain of some of these things, someone in there somewhere who has influence somewhere will eventually help this excavator to get wings to enter some Galamsey site before you realize, So I think that's the reason why the military decided that they were going to burn the excavator, so that, if the excavator is destroyed, then no one has access to it to do it anyway. Because if we say, okay, we are going to repurpose them, we have confiscated them, we are going to repurpose it for, district, municipal or metropolitan assembly work, when some dredging needs to be done somewhere, or some road construction needs to be done somewhere, or some work needs to be done, we are going to use it and strictly for that. So if it finds its way back to the assembly, haven't we heard that some DCs and what have you are already involved in Galamsey?
You are giving them new machines.
Yeah, you are giving them new machines to
enhance your
So before you realize, it has found its way somewhere in the bush somewhere again doing the Galamsey activity. So they felt like, okay, in order to prevent all of that, then let's just ban it.
But that was senseless. You know that, right?
Yeah, it was.
Very senseless. Very senseless.
It was, because we should be able to find a way not to allow it to happen.
Exactly.
And even at this point, it seems to me...
The excuse was that once they apprehend these people, or when they see that the task force is approaching, they remove the motherboard, which renders these equipment useless.
Yeah.
So, so then
we are banning it. And there were instances when the task force could easily have also removed the gadget, the equipment, the device, and then leave it there, which could not be used. Or you can actually tow it.
I just cited that example, but I don't believe it.
They'll go and bring another one.
Which part, which component can't you order and fix back? Which component?
They'll go and bring another one.
Those that were brought to Accra and have been kept at, when we are going to Asalibotwe, right? How did they get them there? Why did they burn some and decide to cut others to a location that got 500 of them flying away? See,
developing wings and flying away.
The point is that the way and manner we approach the Galamsey fight, especially relative to burning of the excavators, is the most ridiculous idea I've ever heard. And that's how come people like the vice president is now promising that when he becomes the president, excavators will not be burnt. What does that tell you? It was a wrong decision from day one to burn the excavators.
It wasn't wrong. It was senseless.
Exactly.
That is.
That's the point.
Anyway, still with
Sandra is telling us that. I link gossip to false witness, right?
Yeah.
That the quotation says, "Do not bear false witness against your neighbor." Say some gossips are true. It's true. It's true. You can be gossiping.
I haven't been engaged in gossiping.
Come on.
I'm the wrong person. Maybe you want to ask Lantam or the man who is always in court.
Mutala, can we take gossip matters to court? Like gossip. Can gossiping land you in court?
It depends on the kind of gossip and the relevance of what
Okay, you can be cited for what's the name? No, criminal libel is no longer on our statutes, but at least defamation, right?
Yeah, defamation is.
Yeah.
There.
So if you've done something, and I'm telling somebody that you've done that thing,
is it true?
And it is indeed true that you did it, that cannot be defamation.
No, but
right?
you know, defamation there's a standard.
You cannot be held.
It must be injurious to you.
Yes.
It must injure your reputation, the eyes of well-meaning members of society.
Well, what is kokonsa?
Kokonsa is gossip.
Gossip.
Yeah, and usually talk about people, and you say things that you cannot say.
Is it true or not?
Sometimes you embellish it more.
You see, so that is where if you go to the extreme, the person can file a defamation.
All right, so Sandra, so gossips, yes, they can be truthful, but it can land you into trouble.
and should bear in mind, not everything that is truthful can be proven.
Oh, of course.
Anyway, still with the new crusading guide super, Sowa Odamte, 2 others in trouble as court hears contempt case next month, and also IGP petition to arrest Banka Hima over leaked stripped pictures. These are the lead stories in the new crusading guide.
Yeah. And Jeff, who is also listening to us, the excavator could be chipped. You put a chip in there and then tracked remotely. National Security.
We're told. You remember when they lifted the ban? It was one of the things that. I mean, the Frimpong Boating this thing, tax force told us about that. DVLA will play a role.
Yeah.
Now, anyway, Charlie, we have fine ideas how to implement them.
Ubiabre.
Anyway, Daily Post, Ejapadia document a strategy for the plunder of Ghana. KKD insists. This Ejapadia document, coming from allegedly the opinion fear, because so yesterday for the very first time I took a look at the Ejapadia doc. I've never looked at it before. I've heard of it.
So how many?
I've heard people talking about it.
How many of the things in there have come to pass? Did you count?
I didn't count, but I've seen quite a number of them come to pass. You know.
No, we've already. But
I mean, the banking sector, the banking sector cleanup, Osafo son becoming snit boss.
Yes.
A few other things.
And not now becoming running mates. Or didn't get to that.
Yeah, Baumia becoming a running. No, Baumia becoming a flag bearer.
Yeah. And all of that. But I've heard people argue, and I saw this very interesting argument on Facebook yesterday. So Dr. Kwame Asiedu Sapong put up a post on Facebook. I don't know, you're on Facebook a lot. I don't know if you saw,
Facebook, yes, I
saw that post, talking about the Japadia document. And he was wondering, it looks like some of the things in the Japadia document are actually coming to pass. So
it could be a prophecy, it's not a fiction.
Yeah, so should we be giving credence to the Japadia document? And I saw in the comments, people saying that the Japadia document is being edited as and when things happen, and then it is recirculated. So when something happens, then whoever authored it, edits it and makes it look as though it is something which was already predicted, and then recirculated. And Dr. Kwame Asiedu Sapong says that he's had a copy since, is it
2017,
20 or so. And as he had it, which has not been edited, the same document that he has had and what he read then. Some of the things which have not come to pass yet are actually coming to pass. So, what are we talking about? Some people also in the comments were saying that as far back as 2017, they've had the document, and as it was, and some of the things that were said there have along the line come to pass. So which one is being edited and which one is the original?
The story you read.
That's the first time I'm hearing the editing argument.
But the story you read has KKD in there, and KKD it was authored in 2012. Wow. So he has even taken it back years back.
Wow. I don't know where is this. So this Japadia document coming from?
I will have ways that didn't even comment.
Well, he says that it is rubbish.
He's giving it credence.
So the opinion should have applied.
He's mainstream the conversation. These are things you ignore, right? But anyway,
maybe he felt that the Opinion name was being dragged, and being the Ochehini.
No problem.
The Ochehini, he needs to say something about it, because it's been said that this is emanating from his quarters, right?
You see, I get IB very well. He has given it a certain level of oxygen in an election year. And trust me, the opposition will milk it. Let's not kid ourselves. It will be milked.
That's the thing.
Japadia. Anyway, minority petitions Shraj to investigate ongoing security recruitment. Minority demands answers over 95 million Ghana cedi judgment debt to be paid to West Blue. And anger as Ochehini elevates settler chief to the same status as Asamankesi chief. Okay. Well, he's the Ochihine, is he not? Is he not allowed to do something?
As whether his reign extends to Asamankesi, it's one of the issues for contention there. I know Asamankesi very well. That's where Kwame Danso Champon is from.
Yeah, but all of them not touching people.
No. You see, I think there are, is it 3 gates? Achim Kutuku, Achim this, Achim that.
Achim Wisa,
Achim Kutuku, Achim. It's not all of them that pay homage to the Asante Hene. The Ochihene.
Okay.
You get it?
Okay.
Yes. And that's why some of them will describe him even as a paramount chief. And that his paramountcy starts here and ends there. You get the point?
Okay.
Yeah, but of course, these are matters for the historians and then the people in there to deal with. So basically, we are done with the papers, right?
Finally, I've got the Daily Statesman newspaper, and on the Daily Statesman, it says, we've done a lot in the health sector. Akufo-Addo outlines achievements in infrastructure. Free annual health checkup for all. Hey, is that so?
Yeah, from NHIS.
From NHIS, so I can go for checkup free.
A card-bearing member. You should be.
I have an NHIA card, even though I've not used it before.
Great.
Why do I feel when they say card-bearing member? Politics?
Yeah, I'm a card-bearing member. I'm a card-bearing member. Yeah, of National Insurance Scheme. Yes, I'm a card-bearing member.
It doesn't sound well, correct.
It's that way. It's that way.
I'm a card-bearing
member.
member.
We link it to politics.
Yeah. No, but it's true. I'm a card-bearing member.
Of course.
The National Health Insurance.
Yeah. Be careful you don't see a certain national way. and end your journalism career.
Yeah, I'm a card-bearing member.
Democratic. If you want to mix it, New Democratic Party.
No, I am a card-bearing member of the National Health Insurance.
When I say national, I pause because the national can lead you to another.
Yeah. I'm also a card-bearing member of the DVLA.
Yeah. But you know, MPP was supposed to be National Patriotic Party.
Yeah. Yes,
but it was going to be Charles Taylor's party.
Yeah.
And then somebody said,
yes,
at the point of registration, said, it doesn't sound well that our party is the same as that of Charles Taylor.
Yeah. Okay.
Then let's make it new.
So let's look at starfm.com.gh. Aggrieved customers of Legacy Fund Management demand locked up investments. So
I think you have to refresh.
These people whose locked up investments, Charlie, the Ponzi schemes that have happened in this country. What do you think about it? From Piram, people didn't learn from Piram to DKM. God is love. Jester Motors. Charlie.
So no, but you see, the most heartbreaking aspect is not even these schemes that you describe as Ponzi. Licensed and properly registered financial institutions. Their licenses are intact too. Bank of Ghana has not revoked their licenses.
No.
But people's funds are locked up.
Locked up. Some of them have run away.
That's the point.
So Legacy Fund Management, I mean, are they not one of them? They were supposed to be regulated, by the regulators, right? And I mean, we even looking at, we forgotten Men's Gold and the aggrieved customers of Men's Gold as well, who are still crying for their money. But Nana Appiah Mensah is in court with regard to that also. Election 2024, KOD endorses Mahama for president. Are you going to endorse anybody for president?
Oh, me, I'm not at that level.
Okay.
Who knows me?
Emmanuel, are you endorsing anybody for president?
Oh, no.
You're not endorsing anyone.
I know what I will vote for, and people should also look at.
Okay, me, I'm endorsing you.
You're endorsing me.
Yeah. Oh, I want you to run for president.
That's beautiful.
If you run for president, I'll support you.
I've actually run for president before, the president of my school, and I won.
SRC.
Yes. No. Yeah. So I was a school prefect.
School prefect.
So that's it. It ends there.
Which school is that?
No, that was
Draso Secondary School.
Yes.
You were the school prefect.
Yes.
In Commonwealth, you didn't run for any position.
No, I was the EC chairperson for. I was part of the electoral commission team for the Department of Social Work. That's it. It ended there.
Okay.
Yeah. So thanks for your endorsement. I've already utilized it. So now you can give.
I want you to run for president of Ghana.
Ghana.
Yeah, president of Ghana.
Ghana. Don't worry, we are all running away.
Yeah,
when we come back.
Ilfo Asantua Duonum student Koswa him of Siam. We have run Ghana's economy like a Ponzi scheme.
So when are you also people?
That's according to Kweku Kwanti.
Charlie, people, when are you guys installing Chef Smith? Duonum has been installed.
When I saw it, I was wondering.
Duonum had an official record attempt which was recognized by Guinness.
So if
Chef Smith didn't have any official attempt.
I'm appealing to Chef Smith's
So
people.
I
beg, allow
so
them.
if eventually somebody from that enclave successfully breaks the record,
We'll install the person.
then we'll have to remove the cream and then replace the cream because
this goes very bad.
I know because
development.
that one has been taken already. But somebody who couldn't, you get it.
Yeah,
so I'm saying that eventually if somebody is successful,
somebody
then
wins.
we have to remove the cream and
No, that one will be the chief. We take it. We remove the chief and then
Look, I think we celebrate mediocrity too.
It's Koswahima. So have you been installed as a chief in your area before?
me.
Udi Ade Wokro.
Be the idea of my papi. So like everything is nucleus. So like
Because Udi Ade Wokro.
Oh, of course, like
are you from the
royal?
royal?
You know, my father is a great king.
Okay.
He rules the world.
Oh, okay.
He is God Almighty.
Amen. You are joint heir with
To
him
his kingdom.
to his kingdom. Yeah. It's true. Okay. Anyway, so that's it for starfm.com.gh and that should do it for.
no, that shouldn't do it. I'll give you City Newsroom.
Okay, give us City Newsroom. Let's go.
Okay, so City Newsroom. There's a demonstration today. And the demonstration is from La Youth, not La Wu. La Youth to demonstrate against looted lands today. An election 2024, EC targets 70,000 new voters in more power exercise. Another person files injunction against KNUSC V system extension. And 24-hour economy will address Akufo-Addo's economic mess, minority. NDC more tolerant to criticism than NPP, Shamima Muslim. 4 years enough for Mahama to reset economy, Shamima Muslim. I thought Akufo-Addo would take Ghana beyond Nkrumah's level, KOD. Fuel tanker accident at Esiakwa Junction claims 2 lives. Government recruitment of 15k nurses and midwives, a political gimmick, minority. Government to pay $95 million Ghana cedis judgment debt to West Blue over termination of contract. And this came up yesterday at the Public Accounts Committee meeting. Yes. So basically that's it. City Newsroom.
All right. So that should do it for the news review segment. We've got a whole lot coming up here on the show, like we mentioned.
Okay, so
Ibrahim Al Hassan's
the three Achims. Thank you, Hadia Hanetu Bimi. Achim Kotoku, Achim Bosome, and Achim Buakwa.
Okay, Achim Buakwa.
So they limit to Achim Buakwa.
Oh, okay. So who is the chief for Achim?
They have their chief.
But we are not here. Why are we not hearing their names?
It's that you are not paying attention. I'm sure people will pay attention.
Is it our
It's only Achim
We don't work at the National House of Chiefs.
Yes,
I'm waiting for
I decided to project himself. How is that his fault? The other chiefs can also project themselves, or they can rent us to do so on their behalf. We will do it, right? Yeah, we can consult for them. Free consultancy.
Okay.
Yes. So Achim Kotoku, Achim Bosome, and
Bosome.
Achim Buakwa.
Okay.
They are not Bosome for whom.
Achim Bosome.
You know, the Achim enclave meets with the Ashanti region, right? Asante Achim. That's why we have Asante Achim. South, North, Central.
Asante Achim.
Yes.
I know a certain Asante Achim Wenchi.
Okay. There's Asante Achim Jaso. There's
Asante Achim Jaso, yes. Yeah. And there's also Achime Wisa. That's where Boete comes from.
Exactly. That's in the eastern region.
Yes.
Council Bago.
But they're all Achim people, right?
Yes. But some of them, you see, Omutu Bata, they traveled from far and near. And then they moved in. So then they became the Achims in the Ashanti region.
Right.
That's Asante Achim.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They are noted for their Mankeni.
Cocoyam. Oh, okay.
Asante Achim Mankeni.
Okay.
Asante Achim Mankeni.
Then why didn't they add Kontomre?
Yeah, the Mankeni comes with Kontomre.
Yes.
So it is the same.
Mankeni. Is that where
Kokwa Yeninima?
Okay. So is that where Kontomre in Kwanta is?
Go to Kwanta. Yeah, that's a good one. Go to Kwanta is actually in Ashanti region.